It was the middle of the day, and you were in the common room kitchen, cleaning up the bowls and utensils you used as you waited for your dessert to finish baking. The ladies, along with Kirishima, Kaminari, Midoriya, and Tokoyami, were spread across the lounge and dining room area, eagerly awaiting your sweet treat. Earlier that week, your friends had decided to have a competition between you and Sato. Since both your quirks relied heavily on sugar and the fact that you two could bake exceptionally well, they wanted to know who was the true master of sweets. So here you were, wiping the counters and waiting for Sato, who had graciously allowed you to use the common room kitchen while he bakes in the familiarity of his pastry-themed room, to come downstairs with his entry for the solo contest. You took the cake from the oven the moment your alarm went off, skillfully transferring it to a decorative platter and grabbing the buttercream and your chosen fruit toppings, which just so happened to be strawberries. Your friends began to crowd around the kitchen island, eyes gazing in awe at how nimbly your hands moved, your tongue sticking out in concentration. Although this was a friendly competition, you took great pride in your baking skills and weren't looking to lose anytime soon. After smoothing the last bit of cream on the cake, you looked up just in time to see Sato emerge from around the corner, hands balancing a plate containing a mountain of golden brown goodness. Before he even placed the cake down beside yours, you recognized the distinct donut shape of the bundt cake, making you hum in approval at his dessert choice. "Whoa! You guys don't mess around, do you?" Mina exclaimed, pulling out her phone to take shots of both the aesthetically pleasing treats. You and Sato laughed, a little embarrassed. The two of you complimented each other's pastry skills as the rest of your friends gathered plates and forks, transferring the cakes and gathering in the dining room. "Let the taste testing begin!" Ochako pumped a fist in anticipation. "And may the best chef win!" Needless to say, it was a pretty difficult choice. You had taken a piece of Sato's bundt cake, and the tender with a hint of tangy sweetness almost made you doubt your skills. Almost. You couldn't stop though. Each bite was a delightful roller coaster of flavor, and the drizzle of glaze on the cake just amplified the citrusy taste. If you weren't competing against him, you would have given Sato the win, hands down. In the end, your cake had won the votes of Uraraka, Kirishima, Momo, Mina, and Toru, while Sato won with Tokoyami, Midoriya, Jiro, Tsu, and Kaminari. Unfortunately, it was an even match, earning a groan from Mina and Kaminari. "Ugh, why did we have to pick 10 people? The blonde whined, reclining deeper into the couch. You giggled, taking a sip from the tea Momo had prepared. You were perfectly fine with a tie, but it seems as though your friends didn't think the same. You all sat in pondering silence, until you spoke up. "Hey, it's all good. After all, it's just a friendly contest, so I think we..." You were abruptly cut off by Toru suddenly sitting up and waving to someone across the common room. "Sero!" she called, and you all turned in the direction she was looking. You saw Hanta walking over with a wave and a tired-looking smile, his mop of black hair disheveled and clothes ruffled. Apparently, he was supposed to join in with the taste testing, but ended up sleeping in. "You're the deciding vote! Help us choose who wins!" Sato cut him a slice of each cake, and Kirishima handed him a fork, offering the seat beside him. Sero obliged, taking a seat beside the redhead. He took the fork and scooped a piece of Sato's bundt cake first, everybody watching him with bated breaths and anticipated eyes. "Can you all not?" Sero asked with a joking grin before stuffing the piece in his mouth. You saw his eyes light up the moment he swallowed, but he moved on wordlessly to your cake. You held the mug to your lips as you watched him, anxiously waiting for some sort of reaction. You saw his throat bob as he swallowed, making you take an uncomfortable sip of your tea. Why was it that everything seemed to matter 100 times more the moment Sero Hanta was involved? Hope lit up in your chest once Hanta looked up to meet your eyes, giving you that signature grin that made you flustered. Damn this boy and his stupid smile. Satos wins by a landslide. The hope you felt immediately plummeted the moment those words left Sero's lips. The students who voted for Sato cheered in triumph for the baker's behalf. Whoa, 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 whoa. You waved your hands in protest, almost spilling your drink. You could have taken the loss and moved on with a laugh. But hey, it was Sero Hanta, the dork that you had a huge crush on, even though he's too stupidly dense to think of it as such. Please enlighten me as to why? Hanta shrugged, leaning back and taking another slice of the bundt cake with an amused smile. What can I say? It's orange bundt cake. Of course it was, and you should have known about his almost crippling addiction with the sweet citrus. That's not fair, Hanta! That's biased! You whined like a child, not at all serious but still a little disappointed. Yeah, Mina backed you up. You can't say listener's cake wasn't good. I didn't say it wasn't good, Sero said, his smile mellowing to a smirk. I'm just saying that oranges are far superior to strawberries. Oh. Oh. He did not just say that. Hanta knew about your love for the sweet fruit, so the fact that he would stoop to this level was a low blow. You let out an overly dramatic gasp, a hand resting on your chest in Fox offense. You take that back! What if I don't? He leaned forward, his tone taunting. Despite your flushed cheeks at how attractive his confidence was, you weren't about to let him disrespect strawberries like that. You mirrored him and leaned forward as well, hearing the giddy and anticipated noises coming from your friends when the distance between you and Sero lessened. You saw his eyes dart down for a split second before meeting with yours again. Are you challenging me, Sero Hanta? And if I am? He leaned even closer, resulting in you clenching your jaw just to prevent yourself from jumping him on the spot. His stupid face was so close, stupid eyes watching you in expectancy, and stupid lips just looking to be kissed. You gulped, settling on pulling away before your emotions got too erratic. Then I'll just have to change your mind about oranges being superior to strawberries. You crossed your arms, a challenging grin on your face which Sero returned. You watched him scoop another piece of the bundt cake before holding the fork out to you, the piece of cake poking at your lips. You raised a brow, but shrugged, deciding to humor him and opening your mouth, allowing Hanta to feed you the cake. He chuckled at the delighted expression on your face as you swallowed the sweet dessert. I'd like to see you try. The days that followed brought great amounts of hope to your heart. What started with an accidental slip from Ishido, admitting Sero's massive crush on you by mistake during one of your nightly hangouts, led to you coming up with cheeky ways to simultaneously prove the superiority of strawberries and, in the process, more overtly convey your feelings to Hanta. You bit back a smile when you thought back to the day prior, where some of your friends, as per your request, decided to play spin the bottle 2 days before Sero's birthday. By some miracle, you spun the bottle and landed on none other than the birthday boy-to-be, and with your newfound knowledge of his affection, decided to add a twist to the game. That resulted in you retrieving the strawberry pocky you had, leading Hanta to the middle of the circle and trapping a pocky stick in between your lips. The circle watched in giddy anticipation as Sero took to the other end of the stick, taking the first confident bite forward. He wasn't expecting you to bite off almost half of the pocky stick, only leaving a few centimeters in between your lips, your noses brushing as you turned your head to lean closer. You quickly looked up to meet his eyes, which were half-lidded and focused solely on your slowly approaching lips. You saw them drift closed once you felt his lips ghost over yours, swallowing thickly as you quickly pulled away. Well, let's be real, you wanted those lips to touch yours. You laughed at the frustrated look on his face as you went back to your seat in the circle, reveling in the mixed sounds of disappointment and delight from your friends and classmates. As much as you wanted to kiss him, you didn't want to give him what he wanted just yet. Although, that fiery look he gave you as you took your seat in the circle drove you to feel a certain type of way. His laid-back disposition was overtook by an overwhelming hunger in his eyes, and if you were being honest, you wanted nothing more than to satiate that hunger. What are you smiling at, sugar? A voice brushed against your ear, making your breath hitch. You jerked forward, hand quickly covering your mouth as you began to choke on the batter you accidentally inhaled. From the corner of your eye, you saw Sero looking at you with an apologetic smile, one hand holding a crownie you baked earlier while the other rubbed your back. Sorry, but you know eating raw batter is unhealthy. You stuck your tongue out at him once you stopped your coughing fit, going back to your pancake batter. You can't just sneak up on me like that, dork, you said, popping a strawberry in your mouth before walking to the fridge. And you can't just call me that. You know how I feel about it. You heard him laugh as you put away the batter. I know, but you know nothing's as sweet as you. You looked up to see him leaning against the counter, and an idea came to mind. You scanned his face, and there it was. Despite his distracting, blinding smile, his eyes held the same hunger as they bore into you. That was what you were hoping for. Hanta? You said casually, walking up to him and picking another strawberry from the plastic container. You laid a hand on his chest and began to push him backwards, much to his surprise. You sat him down on one of the high chairs and his face was at level with yours. You laid your hands on either side of him, trapping him between you and the counter, watching as his eyes shifted from yours to the floor. You shifted your weight, tilting your head with a cheeky smile. You liked how awkward he got being pinned by you, but you also enjoyed that look of expectancy as his eyes traveled from yours to your mouth. You swore you saw him lean forward at one point before he caught himself. You poked his lips with a strawberry, raising an expectant brow. Your lips tugged to a smile when Sero caught on and opened his mouth, allowing you to trap the fruit between his lips. You heard him gulp when you leaned forward, letting out a small breath before taking a slow, almost sensual bite of the strawberry. One of your hands found itself sliding up one of Sero's arms, feeling him shiver beneath your touch. You took another small bite, feeling electricity coursing through your veins when your lips lightly brushed against his. Sero almost jerked forward at the feeling of your lips, desperate to feel it fully against his. His body almost went into overdrive when you gave his lower lip a kitten-like lick. The strawberry between your lips was almost gone, and you smirked when Sero quickly consumed what was left of the fruit. Before he was able to lean in and full-on kiss you, you pulled away, a breathy laugh escaping you. A part of you wanted to stop playing this game of chase, to throw it all away and throw yourself on him without a second thought. But another part of you liked seeing him frustrated. You wanted to see how long this game will last until Sero snapped. Turns out, it wasn't long until he did. When you turned to walk back to your abandoned container of strawberries, leaving a dazed Hanta staring stupidly at you. You heard something being shot out before Sero's tape wrapped itself around your waist. Your breath was knocked from you when he tugged you back, your back colliding with his chest. His arms wrapped around you, keeping you against him. You can't just play around with me like that, he breathed. Sugar? His lips against your ear made shivers run up your spine. He didn't give you enough time to think. For the next moment, your lips were smashed against his. He was quick, passionate, hungry for you. Just by his kiss alone, you could feel how aggravated you made him. You loved the laid-back attitude he was known for, but something about experiencing the rare, fiery, aggressive side of Sero Hanta was intoxicating, addicting almost. You wanted more. You two pulled away, but as he was about to speak, you brought him back into another passionate kiss. Your passion rivaled his as your hands swept through and tugged on his hair, a fire burning in the pit of your stomach when Sero's grip on your waist tightened with a low hum, bringing you closer to stand between his legs. You pulled away again, your lips swollen with a lingering taste of his lips and strawberries. The sight before you made you smile, then laugh. Sero's hair was a disheveled mess from your hands constantly roaming through it. His eyes were half-lidded, cheeks dusted a deep pink, and his breath stolen from him, a goofy smile completing the love-struck countenance that was Sero Hanta. Have I changed your mind about strawberries yet? You asked cheekily, brushing a hand against his cheek. You saw his smile widen as he laughed. You had this planned, didn't you? He quirked a brow, his lovesick smile shifting to an amused one. You didn't answer my question. He chuckled before shrugging, pulling you closer to him. Fine, I guess strawberries aren't that inferior. His answer didn't satisfy you, making you attempt to pull yourself away playfully, hitting him in the chest in the process. He only laughed harder, nuzzling his face into the crook of your neck when you squealed in protest. Okay, I like them, but only if I can have them like this. He captured your lips in another sweet kiss, making you melt into him. If eating strawberries meant you could get a kiss from Hanta from now on, you would be eating strawberries all day, every day. Not like you don't already. You hummed in contentment when Sero pulled away to kiss your cheek. I believe that can be arranged. You brushed your nose against his before nuzzling your foreheads together, earning $1 billion smile from him. Happy birthday, mi amor. That's tomorrow, he mused, making you pout. So? He rolled his eyes, attacking you with soft kisses. A few minutes passed with you and Sero being disgustingly soft. You almost failed to notice the figure that entered the kitchen. Sato, Sero greeted, his arm still around you and his chin resting on your shoulder. You turned your head to find none other than the baker man himself. He was scratching the back of his head, likely from embarrassment after seeing how intimate you and Hanta were being. What's up? Oh! You suddenly exclaimed, remembering something. You turned to Sato, an apologetic smile on your face. I was supposed to meet you in your dorm after breakfast so we could make those orange rolls. It completely slipped your mind that you were supposed to assist Rikido in baking for Sero's birthday the next day. Yeah, Sato cleared his throat awkwardly. We can always do it later this afternoon. I can see you're, a little busy. You and Sato looked over to Sero, who now had his face buried in your shoulder, the tips of his ears glowing a bright pink. You smirked, lifting a hand to brush through his hair. I'm sure Tape Boy wouldn't mind letting me go for a few hours. You cooed, making Sero groan childishly. You looked back to Sato, giving him a bright smile. I'll see you in your dorm. After Sato left the two of you to return to his room to prepare for baking, you brought Sero's head up to look at you before capturing his lips in a quick kiss. Are you doing anything later today? You asked, and he shook his head, a suggestive glint in his eyes. Good. Meet me in my room in an hour. And bring strawberries. I'd like to continue where we left off. Don't you? Sero nodded eagerly, making you chuckle. You pried his arms from around you, Sero unraveling the tape that was still wrapped around your waist. Before you took a step back, his lips found yours again. You swallowed a laugh when he tried to pull away, only for Hanta's lips to trail after you, refusing to let you go. It took some time to fully pry the thirsty-as-hell Sero off you. You ambled over to the stairs, turning back to him with a suggestive smirk. It amused you how tense he looked, like he was forcing himself to sit still to prevent himself from bolting after you. You gave him a playful wink, already looking forward to what was to await you in your room. See you then, mi amor. I've been missing your strawberry kisses, 'cause nothing's as sweet. The taste still drives me crazy. I've been wishing my strawberry kisses could fly through the wind to you from me.